I'm looking for Reed Harris. They said in the office he was up here.
Well, he's been just about everywhere today. He's finishing up before he leaves town.
Leaves town?
Yeah. And if you're Brian Harris, you're going with him.
I am?
You are.
And where are we going?
Australia.
Where is he?
Around the back.
Nice try. Forget it. This is not gonna work.
Nice to see you, son.
I'm not going.
You look well. How's New York?
New York is fine. Australia isn't.
Just 2 short weeks.
No, that was a lousy, crummy trick, and I am not going.
You got 2 brothers, a grandfather, and a mom down there.
I already know that.
Well, I don't think you know about this. Now, come on. There's a car waiting to take us to the airport.
Excuse me. Can you take some folks to Hawkesbury?
The Hawkesbury River? That's a very expensive and long ride.
Well, no problem. I'll enjoy the company.
Yes. Well, it's very beautiful up there. What, you're on holidays?
Kind of.
Alone?
Not exactly.
Oh, business then.
Well, I'm with my father.
Oh, what, you live up there?
Once, a long time ago.
I see, I think. Oh, we better help your father with his luggage.
No need. I got mine and his.
Flight 4 originating in Melbourne, destination Los Angeles, is now departing Sydney International Airport.
Welcome back, son.
Flight 17 arriving from Auckland at gate 3.
I'll tell her anyway! Come on now! Come on now!
I never should have done it. We're supposed to be exercising them, not racing. Danny! Danny! Please! Wake up!
No worries, mate. You lose. I'm telling Lizzie anyway.
You're a rat. A dirty, rotten rat.
James is going to be late for school. Danny's needed up on paddock 12 for some fence mending. And you tell me they took off racing two horses they should have been galloping.
About right.
Well, why didn't you stop them?
Bloody oath, woman. I just flew in from Sydney after a week of making the biggest deal in the history of the Hawkesbury, and you're yelling at me like we was married, which, God save my soul, we are not.
Oh, ditto.
Well, they'll be along shortly. So remember, you are just the cook. And from the look of those chook eggs you're crucifying, not a very good one either.
Just the cook. If it weren't for me, Ginger McDowell, this whole place would fall right down, including...
Morning, Ethel. Grandad.
Morning. Morning. Morning.
Yeah. No doubt you'll see many more if you pull another stunt like you just did. That goes for both of you.
What stunt?
And fix that damn step like I told you last bloody week.
Yeah, right. I was looking for the right sort of timber.
Well, I'll show you some timber.
I may have to miss the second feed today.
Cricket practice?
Astronomy club. I've got to go.
James, you didn't finish.
I'm late.
He'll never grow eating like that.
You can hardly blame him.
Breakfast is wonderful, Ethel. But then again, it always is.
What about that busted fence?
Have Quinn do it. He's a new offsider.
And one day you'll be his boss. When I'm gone. Except right now I ain't. And I will not tolerate any bludgers round my stud. Now hop to it, Danny.
I was going to do it tomorrow.
What's the matter with today?
Catherine Dillingham sort of invited me out on a picnic.
Well, just because the Dillinghams don't work for their dough doesn't mean you have to be like them. We've got no servants here on the Hawkesbury, Danny. Now go and mend that damn fence.
I'll mend the step for you, Danny.
Thank you.
He's hopeless.
Just like I was.
It's just what I'm saying.
Well,
Hello, love.
how'd it go?
Beauty.
Well, come in and tell me about it.
Never you mind. Go and fix Danny's step for him.
Driving down the coast road, the caravan behind us. We got milk, yeah, we got sunshine. When you go on holidays this year, make sure you get some sunshine. That Sunshine full cream milk powder. So easy to take anywhere. And when you need it, just mix with water and you've got all the goodness of country fresh full cream milk, wherever you are. Can't wait to put my feet up, have a cup of cast iron. Have we got milk?
Well, at least it's summer here. I'll give the Aussies that.
Oh, that's big of you, mate.
Well, look on the bright side, Brian. No iced-up New York roads, no frozen radiators.
No warm brandy, long-legged girls in fur coats.
I'm not exactly horrible in a bikini.
No 10 below wind chill.
Ranger games at the garden.
Shoveling snow.
Roasting chestnuts.
When did you ever roast a chestnut?
Why on earth would you want to roast a chestnut?
Because it's something I can do back home.
Oh, that's where the heart is, right, mate?
First, you have to start out with one.
Pardon?
Nothing. Just rambling. Brian, don't make this any tougher.
I don't have to. You've done a pretty good job of it yourself.
You're going to milk this, aren't you?
And me?
Milking's over, Dad.
You ever heard of a place called Mayfair Farm, Kentucky?
You didn't.
I did. 12. Count 'em. 12 eager brides for the captain.
Good on you.
Fix that bloody step.
To the Hawkesbury.
I'll drink to that.
You'll drink to anything.
I'll drink to that too. Here's a bloodstock agent on his way down right now to negotiate.
My God, this could be worth about $1 million. We're going to survive.
Survive, hell, Sharon. We are going to be rather rich.
Solvent.
You call it what you will.
Who's the agent?
Bloke name of Harris?
No, I won't.
Oh, for God's sake, Sharon, the man is your husband. And he's got young Brian with him.
Damn you, Dad. This is your doing.
Not me. I'm not the one who sent him the divorce papers.
The farther we get upriver, the less I feel like coming.
Yeah, well, enjoy the scenery, Brian. We've been through it.
Well, it doesn't make this any easier. The fact is, I have 2 younger brothers I don't even know. Plus a mom who left the country.
Yeah, there was a lot of leaving going on in those days, on both sides. It's good you're making this trip.
Save some money and just rented me a couple Road Warrior movies. I mean, we're not talking real good history here. Remember the last time we were here, Danny and I almost killed each other over a 13-year-old girl? Cat Stillingham?
Well, look at the bright side. She's got to be at least 19 by now.
James was a know-it-all 9-year-old.
Yeah, and he's probably a know-it-all 15-year-old.
Can't you take any of this seriously? What about you and Mom?
Look, I take your mother and me very seriously. I take this family being together very seriously.
I can tell. These once-in-a-decade reunions have got to be real meaningful.
Let me tell you something, son. If I didn't think the crocodiles would eat your dumb butt, I'd knock you right into this river.
There's crocodiles in this river?
No, sharks. See, they swim upstream to spawn.
Yeah, right. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to.
Sure you did. And I can't blame you. You know as well as I do that Barry Paulson could have come down here and negotiated for Captain Oz. You also know that, well, ever since I met her, it's been like oil and water with your mother and me. Hell, you figure it out. You're the reasonable one in this family. Almost a real lawyer.
I hope this works.
So do I. I want that damn horse.
Come on, swim! Swim! Get
Get back in. Swim. Come on. Come, move. Come on, swim. Stay in there. Get in there and swim. Get in there. Come on. In you go. Come on. Get in there. Get back. Go on. Get down. Get down. Get down. Get in the water. Go on. Swim. Come on. You want it? You want it, do you? Come on. Get in there. Come on. Get in there. Quick.
Not tolerate cruelty to any animals around here, whether they're worth $4 million or 4 cents.
I'm a horse trainer. I ain't no nursemaid to no bloody goat.
Where the captain goes, so does Barbara. I told you.
I don't aim to coddle. Besides, that goat's bloody vicious.
You weren't hired as a trainer, Quinn. Around the Hawkesbury, you're an offsider. And if you want to stay on past your first payday, then you'd better shape up, or you can just collect your swag and get. If anything happens to the captain, we'll be using the rest of them to sell milk door to door. Where's Danny?
He was helping me mend the fence and he just took off.
Where? Gillingham's.
G'day, cats. About that picnic.
Picnic?
Yes, picnic you promised.
I said I'd think about it.
Well, what's to think about?
Oh, lots of things. Well, for a start, there's a huge age difference.
Only a year.
15 months and 3 weeks.
I don't look it.
And, I've not prepared any food.
Who needs to prepare any when there's blueberries growing the other side of the pond? I reckon we could pick some, sunbake a little, and then go for a swim.
I don't believe I have a swimming costume.
I don't believe I have one either. Well?
Well? Why not?
Danny Harris, get down from there before I get farther. Right now!
Go away, Lizzie.
No, it's you who's going away. Your grandfather just rang. You're to go home straight away. Your father's coming back.
I think you better go.
Don't want to.
We haven't seen him in 6 years.
Yeah, and I'm better off.
Go.
See you later.
See ya.
Aren't you excited about seeing your dad? Danny, does James like me at least a little bit?
Desperately. G'day, Quinn.
It's James.
You're home early from astronomy club?
Well, Grandad told me the news. When will they arrive?
Any moment.
What are you doing in here then?
Working. If you want to go down to the landing and wait, you can.
Will you come with me?
No, I'll see them later. What's the matter?
Why'd he leave you? Us?
James, not now, please. You're not
old enough. I'm 15 years old. I've seen my dad and my other brother 3 times in my entire life. But when am I going to be old enough? Who's going to tell me? Apparently not you.
Apparently, you are old enough. I'm sorry, darling. I keep forgetting you're not the baby anymore. Come on, come and sit down. The Hawkesbury's always been my home, as you know. It's been my whole life. When I met your father...
After he was shot up in Vietnam.
He was on R&R, and instead of going to the bars in the Cross like all the other servicemen, he used to go to Randwick Racecourse. We met and fell in love. Horse people speak the same language all over the world, never mind the accents. So, there I was at 20, a bride, and soon to be a mother, and then in America.
I know that part. I don't know what went wrong.
I don't know exactly either. Except that your father's headstrong and so am I. And before too many years had passed, it became abundantly clear that I was just not cut out to be an American housewife. And he couldn't give up his career in the American thoroughbred business. So I'm here and he's there.
But now he's coming back here again.
To negotiate stud fees for Captain Oz.
But he's...
James. We've tried, really. We've tried so many times to make a go of it. Which is one of the reasons why you're here. I said we were headstrong. It was worse than that. A cobra and a mongoose would have had a better chance of living together. I'm sorry. I really am.
Do you still love him?
They're here. By God, they're here. Bloody well on time, too. I'll be down by the landing. Ethel! Danny, come on, get a move on.
Go and see your father.
Thanks. Thanks for the ride.
Thanks. Welcome back.
Well, no brass band.
Well, how about a brass knuckle?
Don't get so sensitive. I thought all you wanted was a horse.
I do.
Sure.
I do.
That's what you said 23 years ago.
What? When?
When you got married.
Easy with them chops. Last time they were so underdone, I spent a week on my back with gut ache.
That was from too many schooners at the Pinaroo pub.
Lies.
You always were at Two-Pot Screamer, and that's the truth.
More lies.
More chops.
Give me a hand. Maybe some more food will make them happier.
Might take more than food.
More salad, Brian.
Oh, no, thank you. Mom. It's real good, though. What kind of dressing's this?
Oil the kangaroo.
It's real tasty. What do you do, boil it out of them or just skin them alive and drain them?
Would you like another chop?
No, thanks. I'm set. How about you, Jim?
James, not Jim.
Well, it used to be Jim.
I prefer James.
Who would you prefer, another chop?
No, thank you.
He's set.
All right.
Reed,
Would you like to take a look at Captain Oz now?
Sure, why not? Excuse us.
Hello, cats.
Hi, everyone. Are we too late?
Took the liberty of inviting the Dillinghams over. Our neighbours.
Yeah, I remember. Good to see you.
Our parents send their regrets and us instead.
You look really spivvy today, cats.
Thank you. Well, have a seat. There's plenty. We won't be long.
Hi, James. Nice to see you.
So, Brian Harris, you're a lawyer now.
Yeah, I just graduated. I've got this great gig lined up.
Gig?
A job.
Shuffling papers, getting people divorced.
Corporate law.
I'm impressed.
I'm interested in corporate law.
Interested? In corporations eating each other up. They're all money-grubbing sharks with their parasite lawyers sucking up the remains. It's a load of bull dust is what it is.
Danny speaks.
Yeah, at least I speak for something.
What?
Shut up, both of you, and eat your tucker.
So will you or won't you?
I don't know. I've been busy.
Oh, please, James. Social studies is my weakest subject, and you're so good at it. Please.
All right, I'll come over.
Looks like trouble.
What, Brian and Danny? They'll work it out.
The words and wisdom of Reed Harris. They'll work it out.
Well, that's a little bit Aussie, isn't it? I mean, you all say, she'll be right, mate, no matter how deep you're standing in it.
I'm not your typical Aussie.
Believe me, I know that. You're not typical anything. What's this horse living in, a palace?
He deserves it.
Is this fancier than my house in Kentucky?
You always did have wonderful taste, Reed. Oh, watch out for Barbara.
Who's Barbara?
Well, that's Barbara. I'm surprised she didn't butt you right over.
It looks like I'm making progress on some fronts. You know, if reincarnation really works, I wouldn't mind coming back as a horse.
Figures.
No. I mean, look at this. Free room and board. A little running around. Retirement plan certainly isn't bad either.
We take care of our own.
Yeah, I know that. And you'd never take a penny. You'll do well here.
And why shouldn't we? He's one of the best champions ever to come out of Australia. Won stakes on 3 continents, haven't you?
He's also 10,000 miles away from my mares.
That's irrelevant, Reed. You're here right now negotiating.
Mm-hmm. 15 grand stud fee apiece for the brood mares, another 15 for upkeep and vetting during the foaling period.
25.
You're being hard-nosed, Sharon.
You're trying to take advantage of me, Reed Harris.
Advantage of you? I've spent the last 2 years trying to convince my boss that this long-distance breeding would work.
Is that why you've been too busy to come down here and see your other 2 sons? At the same time depriving me of Brian?
Brian is of age. I'm not depriving no one of nothing.
That's a double negative, and yes, you are.
Well, that's a double positive. I'm here.
Yes, negotiating.
Why do you want a divorce?
Because this isn't a marriage. And you're damn well aware of that. I want a clean slate.
What if that clean slate had both our names on it?
How? It's bad enough we can't live in one another's countries. We can't even live in the same house.
That's ridiculous, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Oh, Reed.
$17.5.
24.
24? You're supposed to say 22.5. That way we wind up at 20.
I don't want to wind up at 20.
You are hard-nosed.
You should have realized that before you proposed.
I didn't propose, you did.
I most certainly did not.
It was a full moon. The night of the victory celebration for Noble Oz. This guy's daddy, when he won the Carrington, remember?
Yes, I certainly do.
And you were wearing a blue evening gown?
Green, actually.
All right, so green. But the important part was when you said, marry me.
You are taking two words after the fact ridiculously out of context. As I remember it, the whole quote went, then marry me. Coming right after you're saying to me, I love you, I'll always love you, and I want to spend the rest of my life loving you and living with you and having a dozen children. Now, I could hardly agree to that outside the institution of marriage, could I? I wish the bloody horse had never won.
Well, then he wouldn't be here.
And neither would you.
I wouldn't bet on it.
Let's open the next stable.
Sounds like he fell.
God, hurry!
Easy, boy. What's the matter, boy? Easy, easy, easy. Ooh, what's the matter, boy?
Reed, be careful.
No kidding. Easy.
Expensive horse.
Who in the hell left him like that?
Oh, I did. Who the hell are you?
Reed Harris.
From Kentucky.
Yeah, well, we don't leave a horse tied up in a stall overnight.
We don't do that here either. Explain yourself, Quinn.
You know, missus, that devil eyes is a bad one. How and when do you expect me to get me tucker? You eat when the stable shuts down for the night, and you know it. Unless you've been doing something more than just eating. You lying bloody whinger. I owe you one. Get out of here, Quinn. You're finished on the Hawkesbury. I don't care what you were once, you're nothing but a bloody mongrel now. Go on, get. I'm gone. And you should have stayed in Kentucky.
Seems to be the consensus.
Full dust. Come on. I'll get you a drink.
Good idea.
You sure you don't want me to ride back with you?
No, I'm fine. How about you, James?
Oh, he's fine. Well, it was a real pleasure. Are you busy tomorrow?
She is.
Oh, that's right. We were going to the races at Warwick Farm, weren't we?
We were.
Join us.
Well, sure. Thank you.
Okay, then. Till tomorrow. Bye.
Okay.
Night, James.
Ease off it, Brian.
He's off what?
She's my bird.
Well, maybe she just flew away.
Well, maybe you two should lay off each other and help me with my problem. Lizzie Dillingham, the bush dog.
I'll tell you what. What if I write Lizzie's social studies report for you?
You would?
Yeah, I would. I'll even take it over so you don't have to see her.
So you could see cats?
Quid pro quo. That's lawyer talk.
What are you going to do for another stable hand?
Good horsemen are hard to find. I suppose we'll just have to keep looking. Your room's all made up. End of the hall.
Thanks.
You're welcome. Oh, by the way, thank you for helping Dad. He's not as young as he thinks.
Who is? Jim. James.
Dad.
Hi.
Hi.
What's up?
Me. Can't sleep.
Yeah, me too. I have a little trouble myself. Well, how about a story about your Uncle Howard?
Oh, the trainer who won the Kentucky Derby.
That's the one.
Now, I ain't one for knocking anybody who works for their fair share. But them McDowells, they're just worthless squadocracy. Got lucky with one bloody horse.
Too right, mate.
Then the American from Kentucky, King, hits me, and the old dog sends me and me swag packing. Me, the mighty Quinn, trainer of Blue Table and countless others. I reckon I owe them. All of them. 2 more schooners, love.
My shot, mate. 3.
Thanks, Mr.
Toes. Just Toes. Couldn't help but hearing about your problem, mate.
Yeah, rat dust, eh?
But Captain Oz ain't. What if I could show you a way to turn that into a bloody golden fleece? At the same time, show up those dingoes that gave you the sack.
Go ahead. I'm listening.
I'll put a sock in it.
Come on. Have a good practice.
Thanks.
See ya. Have a good time and please, no trouble.
Trust me.
Now, where have I heard that one before?
Not from me.
Bloody hell!
Good morning.
Morning.
I've been going over some paperwork.
So I see. And are you prepared to revise your figures?
It's divorce papers.
Reed, I'm not...
I know you're not asking for a penny. Sharon, I'd like to try and make this thing work.
What, the divorce?
No, the marriage.
Get off!
Hello? Yes, just hold on a minute. It's America.
Hello? Oh, Barry, how are you? Good, good. Right, I'm working on it. It's just hard to get anyone down here to listen to me. Yeah, I'll stick to my guns, all right. It just may take some time. I'll check back with you in a couple of days. Oh, don't worry, I'll make it work. Right. Goodbye.
Would you like some coffee?
The horses are now in the saddling paddock for this, the 8th and final race here at Warwick Farm on this glorious summer's day. Number 1 is Play That Tune, a 5-year-old chestnut mare owned by the Flying Lizard stable, trained by Howard L. Zucker, and will be ridden today by the apprentice Chris Beaumont, who is after his 3rd straight win at this meeting. Play That Tune, however, is considered quite a long shot. Then we have a 3-year-old filly, Sue Me, ridden by the veteran Dick Chadway, and this will be going against the older mares for the first time today. The next out is Short George, a rather smallish bay gelding, who has rated a good chance of upsetting the favourite Midnight Lunatic. Short George will be ridden by Richard Tuber, just coming back after a suspension at Randwick last month. Midnight Lunatic number 4 will be ridden by Paul Yamagata, a guest jockey from Japan, where he's been the leading rider for the last 5 years. Then we have number 5, it's Liffey, a 3-year-old colt owned by the Hawkesbury Racing Stable and trained by Jimmy Harrison. Liffey will be ridden by Ralph Mayering Jr. from Queensland. Splitfinger, a cricket warrior, and Dumpty Dumpty Dump make up the balance of the field as the horses move onto the track and make their way to the starting gates. May I remind you, there will be quinella wagering on this race, and thank you all for attending Warwick Farm. starter on the stand for the last race of the day. Set to go and racing and got them to a perfect start and Play That Tune got the best of the jump. Landing out a length clear over Split Finger and they're followed by Lippy who's showing tremendous early speed. A bit deeper out of Suit Me and they're followed by Midnight Lunatic and then a gap to Dumpty Dum Dum with Cricket Warrior dropping out next to last and Short George at the tail end of the field. Play That Tune is doing it well now. A length clear over Midnight Lunatic and they're followed by Short George who's coming around them smartly. And joining the two front horses, then a gap to Cricket Warrior, followed by Lippy. In behind them, Split Finger, and then followed by Dumpty Dum Dum and Suit Me last. In the run down the straight is the three-horse war, and on the inside rail, Play That Tune just in front. Midnight Lunatic coming out hard, and Short George is putting in the big run. It's a tight go, and they hit the line. Play That Tune may have beaten Midnight Lunatic. Short George third, then Cricket Warrior, followed by Lippy, a long way to Split Finger. Dumpty Dum Dum, and Suit Me is the last.
You won again?
That's right.
Beginner's luck.
Not exactly. Dad always said bet on a New Zealand horse on heavy turf.
He says a lot of things.
Well, he's usually right.
Absolutely. The evidence is strewn over 2 continents.
What is the matter with you?
With me? That's a good one. Real good. I'm the one who stayed with my family, my mother. I'm the one who works to keep our home together.
Danny, you don't work a minute more than you have to. What you're interested in is
what?
Playing around and having a good time. Work's a poor second. Just ask Ginger.
Or whatever it is, it's better than being a smarmy lawyer.
Look, I have worked real long and real hard to get where I am and where I'm going. And it is not my fault our parents split up and divvied us up like this. And you can bet your wombat, Danny, I didn't ask to come down here.
Then go home.
Well, you can both take me home now.
Excuse me.
You ride?
Yeah, I've been on a horse once or twice.
How about now?
What are you talking about?
Me and you, 2 horses, once around the track.
That's crazy.
It's also illegal.
It's so rational, Brian.
That's right.
Well, don't worry about it. I know half the horsemen here. Come on, Brian. Do you have any McDowell blood in you at all?
Brian, you don't have to do this.
Nice try, Danny. James told me all about it. What's so funny?
I think we were about to be arrested.
I thought you said you knew half the horsemen around here.
The other half.
I will not bail them out of jail. They can rot there for all I care.
Fine, fine. I'll go get them. I'll pay for it.
No, you won't. Let them spend the night. They might learn something.
Learn what?
A lesson.
In what? Prison etiquette? Let's bring them home where I can talk to them.
Oh, that's a joke, isn't it? You talking to them. It's precisely because of your lack of parental guidance that they're in this mess in the first place.
Look, I am not listening to any more of this. I am bringing my sons home from jail.
You do that, Reed. Just don't bother coming back here tonight.
Fine.
We'll fetch him. Mightn't be a bad idea if we dropped in for a bit at the Pinaroo pub, but... She's right, you know. Those boys will keep. Well, I'm no spring chicken, and I've been round horses and women all my life. And I'll take a horse before a woman any day, including my own daughter. You would? Well, would a horse ever talk back to you? Well, all you got to do for a horse is feed it, give it a nice warm place to sleep, and hope to hell it can run. And if it can't, well, just give it the sack or shoot it.
I think that's what Sharon wants to do with me.
It's truth, mate. Don't let her anywhere near a gun. She'll be the worst flaming shot in all of New South Wales.
Oh, I mean, give me the sack.
She doesn't want it.
Neither do I. It's been too many years, but I've come to that inescapable conclusion that I can't live without your daughter. Or my other sons.
Good on you. How are you gonna pull this one off?
I don't know. But I'm working on it.
Come on. We better get those two young larrikins out of jail before we end up joining them ourselves.
Yes.
How come I miss all the fun?
Just lucky, I suppose. Good night, James.
What are you writing?
Nothing important.
Of course not. You wouldn't be working on it night and day if it were important.
I'm writing a history of our family in Australia.
Really? Will Dad be in the next chapter?
Good night, James.
Will he?
Good night.
Good night.
I hope so.
Don't let him get past. Get him! Get him! Come here, you bloody mohead! Come here! Get that bloody goat! Get the bloody goat! Get on with the whole house now! Go, let's get the goat! We need the goat! We need the horse! Can't you get that to him? Come here, you little furry bugger! Forget the bloody goat! Hold him down! Hold him down! Get that support.
What's wrong? Sounds like the captain. You stay here. No, stay.
Come on!
No! Please!
Whether or not your wife does in fact emerge from the coma is almost immaterial at this point, Mr. Harris. The brain damage is extensive. Nevertheless, somehow, from somewhere, she's fighting.
She would be. Is there anything else we can do now?
At this point, no.
If she does come out of this, will she be able to talk? Make any kind of sense? Could she hear us?
Mr. Harris, your wife is dying. The only question is when.
I'm sorry.
Sister Roberts is wanted in pharmacy.
I should be in there, not her.
Don't say that.
Well, I'd let her go out the door.
She wouldn't let you go out the door.
Doesn't matter.
It does. Don't you worry.
Will you both shut up? If you and me weren't flat on our backs in jail, this wouldn't have happened. If our father and grandfather weren't at the Pinaroo, this wouldn't have happened. If we didn't have a horse worth $4 million bloody dollars, this wouldn't have happened. Don't blame yourself, James. This is a family doing. One wonderful family.
Danny, where are you going?
Out. Away.
Danny.
No.
Stay with your mother.
I have.
Would Dr. Kingsley please report to the reception desk immediately?
We'll just have to wait a spell. That's all we can do.
Reed, any change?
No.
The Dillingham stud managers loaned us a couple of strappers to help us out until Oh, there's a bloke outside waiting to see you.
Hello. Reed Harris.
Detective Sergeant Frank Wood, homicide. The information we have is quite sketchy. Your son, James, was the only witness.
Yeah, I know. Mind if we walk?
No, of course. All James saw was the horse truck striking Mrs. Harris. No make, no license number. Granted, it was dark, so perhaps in time his memory might be jogged for some details.
What about Quinn?
Dennis Quinn. Mr. McDowell explained the incident involving him. Certainly there's motive and means to gain entry to the Hawkesbury. We're looking for him.
Yeah, well, so will I.
No, you won't.
Well, I'll give it a hell of a try.
Do it, and you'll quickly find yourself back in Kentucky, Mr. Harris. Now, I understand and sympathize with your situation, but I won't tolerate any private police work. Is that clear?
That's very clear.
My main purpose was to inquire as to your intentions. If you are going to stay, I'd like you to, as gently as possible, try to find out from James exactly what he did see. Any details may be invaluable prior to us receiving a ransom call.
Ransom? You mean the horse?
It's inevitable. Are you staying?
I'm not going anywhere, Sergeant.
Watch yourselves, you blokes. He ain't a happy horse.
Grab him, get him down. Up there, Digger. Watch yourself. Right, we're getting... All right, come on, go. Hey. Right, don't stand looking at him. Get hold of him. Get on him. I'll get round here. Push him behind him. The other way. The other way. Get around. Look at him. No, round the back of him. Get up round. Quiet. Quiet. Get around me. Come here. Come on. Get over here. Get over here. Go around it. Go around it. No. Down. Quiet. Watch it. Watch it. Watch your hind quarters there. Get behind it. Get behind it. Get it over here. Dig it. Over here. All right. Try and get him down. Try to get his bloody head down. Get him in the door. Just run him in. Run him right in. Get him right in.
Went sour.
No, it didn't. We're about to be getting 6 figures for him.
Mrs. Harris has got to be dead.
Probably.
I'm no murderer.
I think the cops will say different.
I wasn't driving, and you could have turned.
And we would have been overturned and locked up right now.
Oh, yeah, right. Well, you'd know about that, wouldn't you? Pentridge, wasn't it? What do we do now?
We relax. We let them sweat it out for a couple of days, let them calm down. And we call them up and get them to drop off the money.
How?
We'll get one of the boys to deliver it. A little insurance.
And what if they don't go for it?
Then we'll send the bloody horse back in about 10 boxes.
Sweetheart, I don't know if you can hear me or not, but I know you're in there hanging tough. You just don't do things any other way. I want you to know that I love you more than anything else in the world. I'm just sorry that I haven't always been there to show it to you. But you've always been with me. Always. And you always will be. I'll be there for the boys. And for Ginger. I hope you can hear me. And I hope you can find your peace. Because I love you, Sharon McDowell. I love you.
Put another log on. It's a cold and all right. No good for my bones. But we're not here to talk about the weather.
No, we're not. This family's got to move on.
And who better to move on than you? If it's getting too tough, there's planes leaving every day.
I'm not getting on any plane.
For now. First, you got to play the big hero and find the bastards who killed my mother. Then it'll be so long, mate, I'll send the check. Or maybe a postcard every 6 months or so.
No, it won't.
Can you promise that?
I promised your mother.
She's dead.
Now, that's enough, Danny.
Or what? You gonna give me a smack? Go ahead, it'll make it feel any better.
Let him go. It'll take time, it'll take a bit of talking. But he's your son, Reed. He'll be right. Right now, we've got other problems. Sharon's gone. It's a fact. But so is the captain. And if we don't get him back, the Hawkesbury's going to go under.
I thought you were doing all right.
We're not doing all right. The number of horses we get here for spelling and training aren't enough to pay the bills. We did have another good sire, but he died of the strangles last winter. And we lost our best mare in foaling. Lost the foal, too.
What about the insurance?
Not enough. Keeping the Hawkesbury together was Sharon's dream. Right now, it's turned into a bit of a nightmare.
Why didn't she tell me?
Because she was as stubborn as a Queensland mule. Just like you.
Any idea where he went?
I know where I'd go.
Well, you know it, and I know it too. The only saving grace in working for the Dillinghams is that little bird they got.
Yeah, Catherine. Cats, they call her. You've been poking around that, have you?
Not yet, just a matter of time.
Bull dust.
Ah, mate, you're wrong. Just the other day, I was fixing a fence up on the hill. I seen her sunbaking on that big flat rock down by the creek. Well, you blokes know as well as me, I got just as much right to be up there as her. After all, I'm working, mate.
Sounds like a good lick to me.
Anyway, I know she knows I'm there. She's stretched out cat-like in the sun, pink as a newborn babe. Shut up! What'd you say?
I said shut up. I believe you owe the lady an apology.
I believe you owe us a lesson in manners.
Let's go to school then.
Put away the bottle. No need for anyone to get cut.
Come on, let's get out of here.
You all right?
It's just a flesh wound.
I didn't need any of your help.
Well, you didn't until the odds changed.
It was my fight.
Our fight.
Wrong. Our fight's been going on for 10 years or so. Without you, I don't need you now.
What do you see, son?
There's the moon, and that way's the Southern Cross.
Yep, burning brightly.
Yeah.
Is that what you're trying to find?
I don't know.
You thinking about your mom?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, maybe she's out there.
You think so?
I think so. She's in the sky. She's in the Hawkesbury. She's right here. She's right there.
Except none of it seems real, including you.
Why?
I don't know. It's almost like you're a figure from some play, some Greek play. Everybody else has big problems, and then the god comes down in the end and makes them right. And then he goes away. My mother was always here, and now she's gone too. That's why I don't trust anything anymore. Just what I can see. It's got to be real for me to believe it. Not like a Greek god.
Well, I'm real. And I'm your flesh and blood father. And I've never met a god. My sons are all I have. And that's real enough for me.
There's something else that's real. The truck that killed Mother.
Yes.
I remember.
I'm telling you, he won't eat, he won't sleep.
Yeah, well, I'll fix that.
Not without that bloody goat, you won't.
You'll just have to suffer the next couple of days without her. Then they can while away the rest of their lives in bestial repose for all I care.
Well, I'm not feeding him anymore. You do it.
You're a mug, Quinn.
Tomorrow. We get rid of the bloody horse tomorrow.
Think we're going fast enough yet?
How do I know?
Just thought I'd ask.
If you don't know.
I'm just winging it.
Oh, very funny.
Well, here goes nothing. Not bad, huh?
No, not bad. You don't have a license to fly this thing, do you?
Yeah, I did once. It expired.
Are you thinking about getting it renewed?
Right now, I'm just thinking about a white Dodge horse van with a number 7 in the license plates.
So Sergeant Wood.
Yeah, but he also said it would take days to trace. Even then, it'll probably turn out to be stolen. All we can do is wait for the ransom call.
Well, somehow I got a feeling you're going to do a little bit more than just wait.
As long as there's gas in this thing, I'm going to fly over every inch of the Hawkesbury. Every damn hill, valley, and ranch. What about you? You with me?
Yeah, I'm with you.
Good. Seeing you don't have much of a choice.
Not now, Lizzie.
James. I didn't come to bother you. Just wanted to talk to you, that's all. Only to tell you that if you want one, you've got a friend. Me.
You mean that?
I do.
Really?
Of course.
Lizzie,
Yeah.
you're not a bush dog.
Clark dropped this by. Said it's to go to your granddad straight away. I think we've already been up this way.
We have. Just keep looking. And looking.
I am.
Good. That's what we're gonna do every hour, every day until we find something.
Yeah, except...
Except what?
Well, I'm not an expert or anything, but it looks like we're running out of fuel.
Yeah, looks that way. Don't worry, it'll float. Probably.
Well, that's not exactly what I'm worried about. I was just thinking about when this is over.
It's not over.
Well, one way or another, sooner or later it will be.
I know you got that job to go back to.
Well, yeah.
And that new little girlfriend on the Upper West Side.
How did you know about her?
I know everything.
Yeah, you've been saying that since I was 2.
Well, I've been mostly right.
Mostly.
Look, Brian, in the long run, you're gonna have to wind up doing what you feel is right.
This above all to thine own self be true.
I never said that.
I know. It was in Hamlet. He couldn't make up his mind either.
Sorry. Must be getting jumpy in my old age.
Don't ever do that again. You're so paranoid. Why'd you leave the front door unlocked?
What are you doing?
Nothing. Sorry.
He is 15 years old.
That's the point.
I can cut the eye out of a fly at 150 yards.
I got good reason to feel paranoid. This came while you were gone. A bloke gave it to one of the Dillingham strappers who's been helping us out.
It's Night Eyes.
Mm-hmm. Only we call them chestnuts. It's from the captain.
How do you know it belongs to him?
Well, I don't know how you do things up in America, but down here, apart from brands and tattoos, chestnuts are the best way of identifying a horse. They're as individual as a fingerprint. Now, check this one out. Besides, I know that horse better than I knew my late wife. They cut it right off his left foreleg.
Did it hurt him?
Nah. Dogs like him better than bones.
That's evidence.
Here's the phone.
I'll get it. Hello? Dad, they want you.
Yeah.
You get our gift, Mr. Harris? Good. Well, if you want the rest of the horse back in one piece, you're going to have to move very quickly. $500,000 tonight.
I might have trouble raising that much cash by then.
Everybody's got troubles. I'll call you later with the where and how. Oh, and by the by, you know the rules, no coppers. Because you might end up losing more than your bloody horse.
Where's Danny?
Dillingham's, I suppose.
Now I'll get him. Look, we're cellmates from way back. He'll come.
All right, be careful.
Take this.
No, I don't need that.
Danny, you don't belong here.
So the truth is out, is it?
I'm not that way, you idiot. Right now, you belong with your family.
Right now, I don't seem to have much of one.
My heart goes out to you, Danny Harris.
Don't patronise me, Cats.
Patronise? Look, see for yourself. I'm alone here with Lizzie. My parents send us off to school for half the year and then usually spend the other half in England. I don't know them either. Except for Sunday dinners when we're all at home, or formal occasions when I'm meant to dress up like some porcelain doll.
It's not the same.
No, you're right about that. It's not the same. But over on the next homestead are some people who care about each other, who fight for what they have. Those are the McDowells and the Harrises I've known.
Yeah, and sometimes they fight over you.
You and Brian weren't fighting over me. You were the man of the house until your brother and your father came down. Everything's changed. You have a family now. Go home, Danny. Go home.
I'd like you to come home, too. So would Dad.
He would.
He's putting it on the line for you. For all of us.
The line? What's this line?
It's just an expression. Why don't you give him the chance to explain it?
When all this is over, I'd like to come back and see you.
I'll be here.
Stop. Come on. There you go, baby.
Where are you going?
Come on, my boy.
I'm Brian Harris. My brother Danny.
We know him.
Our mother, Sharon Harris, was killed the other night.
We know that too.
By some men who kidnapped our horse. Driving a van like this one here.
All the Gilling vans are the same. That's what I told the copper who was here this morning asking the same thing. Except what I didn't tell him is that we had one of those vans stolen from here a couple of days ago. Listen, I owe you that apology, mate. I didn't know who you were. Don't know for sure, but I believe you might find it in the possession of a couple of blokes by the name of Jack and Leo.
You know where they are?
I could have a pretty good guess.
Bloody stupid, Harris.
I'm not bloody stupid, McDowell. Now, Sergeant Wood has been notified. Now that we know where they are from Brian and Danny, I just want to get out there first and make sure they stay put. That's all.
You're a bloody liar, too.
You know, as I remember, you always did like to mix it up. You just want to go yourself. But you can't. You got to wait for the next call. And look after James.
I can look after myself.
Yeah, well, look after him. Besides, I'm a little worried about Danny and Brian being out there by themselves.
They're on the road back. What can happen?
It's another expression. It means strike faster.
Yeah, right.
More friends of yours, Danny?
I doubt it. Probably the Jack and Leo the bloke was referring to.
Good guess.
tired of running.
Well, I'm not.
Tough. Hang on.
Hit the brakes.
Let them hit the bloody brakes. Let's go putting it on the line. All right?
Right.
I want to come with you.
I've been waiting.
I want to go too.
Not this time.
You stay with us. We need someone to talk to the police.
This is crazy.
How much further?
Real close. You still gonna call the police when we know for sure?
Hell yes. Look, I'd like to go in there blazing just about as bad as you. If I'm gonna be staying down here, I'd rather it be on the Hawkesbury than in prison.
Suits me.
Me too.
Reckon Leo were bloody well late. Should have been here.
She'll be right.
All dust.
Snagging the Harris boys was just a little insurance. A bit of spontaneous creativity on my part. Fact is, we've still got the horse.
Yeah, well, Jack and Leo might be nicked right now. It's a stupid idea.
One more word.
If they was nicked, it seems as we still got the horse. Well, maybe we ought to make that call now. Get the money and get out while it's still good. Look, Jack and Leo could be singing away. Then what do we got?
I'll give them 10 more minutes.
Come on, give me a hand to get that bloody horse ready.
Quinn.
Yeah, and friend. Probably the caller.
So there's just the two of them.
Yeah, and the two that tried to grab you.
I wouldn't worry about them.
Make a gun in, boy. On your feet, the both of you. And leave the rifles where they are.
I wouldn't worry about them.
Sorry.
Down there.
Wait a second.
Move.
I think you're the ones that ought to be doing the moving.
What do you mean, mate?
Because there's a crazy goat about ready to knock you on your head.
Nice try.
You too. You know, it's too bad these bozos are going to get their butts run over this time.
Come on.
The man's dead.
Barry.
No lectures, okay?
Okay. Thanks.
You're welcome.
Are you okay, Danny? Just a flesh wound.
Brian, go to the Jeep, get a hold of Sergeant Wood. Find out if he's waiting for a written invitation or what.
Okay.
Oh, no.
What the hell are you doing?
That tennis shot off. What do you say?
Why not? Cover us, Danny.
Don't be stupid.
Where the blazes is toes?
Brian, you all right?
I'm okay.
In the house.
What about it?
The house. The one you're looking for. Toes.
What?
Toes.
Francis Demeter, alias Toes, recently escaped from Pentridge Prison. He was sentenced for armed robbery, assault, and murder. We'll find him.
Why is he called Toes?
He's got a couple missing, son. Legally, you did nothing wrong.
I know.
Let's keep it that way, eh? Good night.
Good night.
Well, now that we've got the captain back, I suppose we'll have to renegotiate with you.
No, you don't.
Reneging, are you, Harris?
No, McDowell. You're going to have to negotiate with Barry Paulson. I quit an hour ago.
I'm no good at negotiating.
Well, I can't. It'd be a conflict of interest.
Sounds like this family needs a lawyer.
Yeah, one with a combination of keen legal ability and equine expertise.
Do you know anyone like that, Brian?
You know, you guys are a bunch of manipulative jerks. But the deal's not going to take me that long. I'll just be here a while.
Anybody feel like eating tonight?
Hell yes.
My daily struggle, then, was to keep the Hawkesbury alive. It has occupied my every waking moment, every one. But my dream as the day ended and I lay sleeping, was to keep this family intact. Intact until the day when we could all be together again, as one.
I will, sweetheart. I will.